Hey y'all, it's the Arm Dude here. Hey, if you're like most companies, I bet a lot of your decisions are made by looking at various reports that you've printed out or had emailed to you, okay? Well, I think that's great, has a lot of value, but I want to challenge you a little bit and say that it might be a little bit like watching black and white TV, okay? Technology has come a long way, and with the new ARM version 4.30, there were some new features added. We took Sage Software's lead and added Business Insights Explorer. Now, Business Insights Explorer is a whole new way to look at your data. And compared to just relying on those reports, I'd say it's like watching it in high definition living colors. So stay with me and let's go play around in Business Insights Explorer. Okay, let's learn a little bit about it, Business Insights Explorer, so we can start seeing our data in living color instead of black and white. Now, the first thing I'll show you is for each module loaded on your system, you'll see that there's a number of what we call data views that are available for each module. In this case, these first three are GL related. I'm going to spend most of my time in this session talking about the contracts view, which is rental related. If we look below that, we'll see four other rental related views that come with the ARM module. So let's jump into the contracts view. Now, once I go into the view, I'm going to see my standard data elements that were provided in that preliminary view. Now, I can take this data and customize it and save it as my own user-defined view very easily using the mouse and point and click. Okay, I'll cover how to customize in future sessions. For this video, let's spend a little bit of time looking at a view that I've already customized. I'm going to do that by clicking on this, and I'm going to go to this public area. I can save views as public or private, but in this case I want to look at open contracts by salesperson. Now, when I've done that, my view changed. You'll notice that I have a lot fewer columns showing on my screen. And let me just explain some things about this screen. First off, this portion of my screen right here, the big window, is considered my primary data grid. This is the information that I want to see, or the parent information I want to see. This portion of the screen is considered my preview window. From here, I'm going to be able to see, if I have a contract highlighted, I'm going to be able to see the items that are on that contract based on the fact that over here in my preview pane, I've told it I wanted to preview contract items. Now, if I wanted to preview invoices related to this contract, I could do that by clicking on this button, and you'll notice now I see invoices. Now, let me show you some other things. You'll notice over here, I have some summary columns. Okay, so if I look here, I see that these two contracts for Harvey Earlwright come to this total, and we have a total of 2 contracts. When you have your data set out, you can have the system automatically chart this out for you, and it's real easy to do. In this case, I'm charting out my open contracts by salesperson. I'm seeing the total of each contract and the number of contracts open for each salesperson. Let's go back to the data grid. I want to show you some other information about this. BIE includes the ability to drill down into the data. For example, if I wanted to look at this particular invoice, I could highlight it, right-click, and it gives me the opportunity to drill into that preview. When I do that, you'll notice that the primary window changed. Now I see the invoice up here, and down here I see the items on that invoice. Again, that's because I'm looking at history invoice items. Now, we call this Business Insights Explorer because it's Explorer based. That means if you're used to using the browser, you'll be able to pick this up pretty quick, because if you want to go back to previous screens, you just click on the back button and that'll take you back to those previous screens. Now, the primary data grid also includes the ability to filter on various things. In this case, I wanted to see only rental contracts, and I didn't want any that had been closed or voided out to show up in my list. The last thing I want to show you about the view is it's an ability to be a starting point for you as far as navigating through the system. For example, let's say the customer Alicia Jones had called Harvey and said, "Hey Harvey, I need to add something to my order." Well, if Harvey has this up on his screen, he could be looking at this, highlight the contract. Again, he can right click, and if he goes into task, you'll see he has the ability to go into customer maintenance. Maybe he wants to add some new contacts for that customer. Go into enter contract. This is where I'd want to go into contract entry and add more items to that contract. It's not only a way for me to view my data, but I can drill down into my data. I can do some addition and averages, things like that, to try to get an idea of what's going on there. And I also have the ability to navigate from this point and go into various tasks where we're going to be capturing that data that's going to be available in this view. Key thing to keep in mind, a view, the data is getting updated. Okay, so as changes occur in your system, these views will change as well. Unlike a report, when you print out a report, if there's any changes that happen after that report's been printed, the report will not have the ability to reflect that. So this is Business Insights Explorer. It's a really neat little tool here, a great way to view your data, and we're really excited to be able to offer it to you folks.